Welcome to battle number 5. Battle number 1 of week number 5 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. This battle is going to be pitting StarToad's team, which is Detroit Deinos, versus Noel's team, which is me, Sun and Friendly. As a reminder, there are no Mega Pokemon available in this battle, and we do have some Z Pokemon. There is Z Any Hydreigon and Z Attack Mismagius on StarToad's team. On Noel's team, there is Arcanine with Z Any Privilege. This commentary is going to be of a replay, and it's going to be a little different. It's going to be sort of like the one that I did with Morgana, and appropriately, Morgana is actually here as well as StarToad, so they're both going to be joining me in commentary today. We're going to share our initial thoughts, all of us, and then Morgana's going to go ahead with the commentary of the match, and then once that's done, we're all going to say what we were thinking of the battle, after the battle, and things like that. So without any further ado, Morgana, if you want to start with your initial thoughts on just how these teams are looking, and how you think this battle would play out, some of the Pokemon maybe to look out for in this battle and things like that.
Right. So, wow. First of all, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this battle at all, so I have no idea what's going to happen. First thing I see is Mamoswine looks like a huge threat to Noel's team here. It looks like he has like super effective moves for pretty much every Pokemon he has here. And he also has, obviously he has Hydreigon with that powerful Z move, Z Outrage or Z Draco or anything like that. And I see on Noel's side, he has Shiftry back. I'm assuming he's going to try to be taking that MVP spot from that Komodo. And
yeah.
And I see your Sun, I see Torkoal, and I see Rotom Fan and Klefki probably being a big nuisance in this battle. On the side of that, those are my initial thoughts.
All right, well, StarToad, do you want to go next, or should I go?
Yeah, I'll go. So, looking at the lineups here, I felt pretty comfortable with my team mostly, but then I saw Machamp. That was like the one mon I was pretty worried about. You had like your Suncore with Torkoal and Shiftry, as well as Arcanine, who can also take advantage of the Sun. Arcanine also got like a really wide move pull, so I was kind of scared of that also. And then there's Klefki and Rotom Fan. Those were like generally pretty annoying. Well, they are generally annoying. So on my team, I have Crobat. Crobat and Heatran actually like formed a really nice core versus your Sun, I guess. And I also brought Mamoswine. I thought that would be really good against your team. Mamoswine pretty much being the embodiment of strong priority. So I also brought Araquanid, probably to set up sticky webs, and Hydreigon and Mismagius just to have some nice special damage, special sweepers.
When I saw your team, the one Pokemon I did not want you to bring was Araquanid. I was like, please don't bring Araquanid, because I really feared an Araquanid lead, because I don't really have anything aside from Rotom Fan, but even then it could have a Focus Sash that could really take it out before it sets up sticky webs. And the way I structured my team, I didn't have as much hazard removal as I wanted to, or maybe as I should have, rather. So yeah, Araquanid was like the bane of Shiftry's existence, because it could set up sticky web, which makes it slower in the Sun, and it's not really fast to begin with. And then it could also like use water moves. The Sun would power it down, but they still hurt, and it I believe it resists fire moves because of Water Bubble. So overall, I really did not want to see Araquanid. Heatran was another one that I really didn't want to see. and Crobat and Mamoswine. A lot of them, but
You just didn't
I knew
like
this
Starto's
was.
team.
I knew this was going to be like a really tough team, especially Heatran with its ability to benefit from the sun. And you won't see this in the replay, but the beginning took a little while because we were both deciding on what our leads should be. And I was so close to leading Torkoal because I wanted to set up Sun right away and maybe set up Stealth Rock, but I was so scared of Heatran taking advantage of that because it could pretty much blast through my team, especially with Sun Up. So I was like, damn, I should not do that. So I thought Heatran would come, so that's why I set up Machamp. I mean, well, you'll see. Oops. But yeah, overall, this was a pretty scary lineup for me, but it wasn't my worst case scenario, but there was a few mons that I really didn't want to face. But yeah, I wanted to give it a try. And you were totally right. I did bring Shiftry because I did not want it to fall on the MVP list. So I was like, Ranger needs to move up. So yeah, so that's my thoughts.
Is that the only reason you brought Shiftry?
No, because Shiftry worked a little bit better as a chlorophyll sweeper versus this team than Venusaur did.
That's true.
So
yeah, Venusaur is like limited in coverage. Kind of.
Yeah, and you had a lot of steals, so I didn't want to bring Venusaur for that reason. Shiftry can take on a lot of the Pokemon. Like Mamoswine is actually really hurt by Shiftry low kick, Hydreigon too, Heatran too. Like if I could set up one Swords Dance or Growth, like low kick can take them all out. So I figured Shiftry was the better reason, was the better Pokemon in this battle for that reason. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything else to add. If not, we could jump right into it.
I'm ready to go.
No.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna start the battle replay. I'm gonna count to 3, 2, 1, go, and then on go, we'll start. And Morgana's gonna be commentating this, and then afterwards we'll share our thoughts. So on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right. So I'm guessing a Raccoon is going to come out. Oh no, that's a Mamoswine. Mamoswine comes out for Startoad, and Machamp comes out for Noelle. This seems very good for Noelle. Yeah, he has to switch out into Mismagius, and he named it Gengar. I like it. Well done. Oh my god. Okay, he goes for knockoff and does 94%, leaving it at 6%. That is not good for Mismagius or anybody on the team, because now knockoff can kind of hit everybody. Startoad switches into Crobat and gets bullet punched for not much damage, but any damage is good damage right now. Arcanine comes out for Noelle. The Intimidate's gonna lower the attack of a Crobat, which can be good. It is good for this because it is a physical Crobat. Goes for Brave Bird for 45% HP. And Startoad switches back into Swine Flu, the Mamoswine. Again, as I thought, Swine Flu is very strong against most of Noelle's team. And Noelle's back into Arcanine, lowering the attack of Swine Flu. And Startoad goes for the Icicle Grass and misses. That probably didn't matter because it was not very effective, but still unfortunate. And Breezy, the Rotom fan, comes out. Oh, and Stealth Rocks comes out. Probably doesn't matter too much if Breezy has Defog. Virus, the Heatran, comes in. Takes a Hidden Power. Oh my, what Hidden Power was that? Was that water?
Ground.
Ground, okay. That's 4 times effective, I believe, to Heatran.
It is.
Volt Switch comes in, and Noelle switches into Warmth the Torkoal, setting up Sun, correct? Okay. Takes a lot of Stone Edge damage, though. Lava Plume does 25%, not a whole lot. And Mismagius comes out. I'm gonna laugh every time I see that Gengar name. Willpower, the Machamp comes out at full or almost full HP after the rocks. Metroid the Araquanid. Oh, and Machamp has Stone Edge. That does 80% to Araquanid. That is not very good for the rest of Startoad's team, because Araquanid has the ability to wall a lot of Pokemon on his team. And Dynamic Punch, what is this set? And that takes down Heatran. That is the first Pokemon going down on turn 11. And out comes Bruce Wayne the Crobat. Oh, and into Hydreigon. And Noelle switches into Breezy the Rodent Fan. A lot of switches in this battle. Orochi goes for a Dark Pulse, does 45%. And another Volt Switch comes out by Breezy. And to Keyheart the Klefki. Sun is still up, which means Torkoal probably has a Heat Rock. Actually, he does have a Heat Rock, 100%. And Spike comes out with Klefki. So that's both sides having hazards up now. Mismagius is still holding on with 6 HP. And a Nasty Plot raises the attack +2. That is dangerous. I'm not sure. Mismagius does outspeed Willpower. But that doesn't matter because Machamp has Bullet Punch. Hydreigon comes in, its Levitate keeps it from getting hit by the spikes. It lets out a Flamethrower, does only 28%. That is kind of surprising to me, to be honest. And a Dynamic Punch comes out and does the rest of the HP to Hydreigon. This Machamp has been a thorn in his side for the entire battle. Now Crobat and Klefki are out. Crobat decides to Roost, topping off his HP. And switches into Metroid the Araquanid. After Rocks, it's only at 14% HP. And another set of spikes comes out. Magic Coat comes out. That's a smart move if Keyheart is going for another Rocks, but he did not. He went for Play Rough, knocking out Araquanid. It is now 6-2. Swine Flu, the Mamoswine is out. Mamoswine still has the ability to take out a lot of Pokemon here, but he does have to pop the balloon of Keyheart first before it can really do anything. And Play Rough misses. Wow, I've seen that before many times. 90%, probably not true. Ice Shard comes out, doing 11% HP. And a Magnet Rise, again, to avoid ground types. Swine Flu goes for Icicle Crash. And Play Rough does 29%. Earthquake comes out, but it doesn't matter because Magnet Rise is still active. And Klefki continues to Play Rough the Mamoswine until death. And another Earthquake comes out. And Klefki is able to take down Mamoswine with another play rough. So this leaves just Crobat. Still has the ability to come back with its pretty crazy speed, to be honest. Fire Pup the Arcanine comes in, intimidating the Crobat. And a Brave Bird does take down Arcanine. And Warmth the Torkoal comes out, also only not very high on HP, but he does have the sun up now. Torkoal does go down, but now Shiftry has Chlorophyll and can probably outspeed the Crobat. And that's what I'm guessing you're sending out now. And no, it's Klefki that comes out. Klefki can wall Crobat quite a bit, just because of its Steel typing, and Crobat doesn't really learn that many moves that are good against Steel. Brave Bird still does 15%, and Play Rough only does 17%. Crobat goes for a Tailwind. Another Play Rough comes out. And on turn 30, Noelle switches into Breezy the Rotom Fan. And Crobat goes for a Roost to top its HP back up to 100. Still not in very good shape because it's at, I believe, -2 attack. And it goes for another Roost, expecting probably to be slower than Breezy, but it gets a Will-O-Wisp, knocking its attack down even lower. So Noelle's just kind of trying to cripple this Crobat down so it's no longer really a threat to the rest of his team, because Brave Bird is pretty good against his two sweepers that he has left. Volt Switch does big damage, 65% that is, and he switches into Ranger the Shiftry with Chlorophyll, and Tailwind, I believe, is about to peter out. Yes. And Ranger is able to knock off Crobat, taking down the last Pokemon on Startoad's team, so it is a 4-0 win for Noelle, Sun and Friendly over Startoad, which is Detroit Deinos.
That
do you want me
Crobat.
to do post-battle thoughts first,
Yeah,
or-
we'll all do post battle thoughts, but you could go ahead first, and then we'll chime in after.
Okay, well, after Tailwind came in, I wasn't very sure if Crobat was able to outspeed Shiftry. I was expecting it too, because Crobat's just that fast. But Noelle, you did a very good job at stalling out Crobat with your two fairly tanky Pokemon. Well, I mean, Rotom's not that tanky, but it can take a few hits. And yeah, I thought stalling out the Tailwind was very smart, because if you put in Shiftry right away, it probably would have been taken out, and maybe Crobat could have made a comeback.
Yeah. Starto, do you want to go, and then I'll go?
So I guess I should address why I Earthquake twice against a Magnet Rising Klefki. So I tried to like predict a lot of switches. There were a lot of switches this game, which is like more than I normally do. But I was trying to get you to switch into Arcanine, which is why I kept Earthquaking. It didn't work, and a lot of predictions that I tried to do didn't work. So I guess that explains some of my reasoning behind that. I didn't expect Crobat to actually like do that much while it was intimidated. And I probably could have knocked out more Pokemon if I just played my cards right.
Yeah, that Crobat, the Brave Bird, when it did like half of my HP after it Intimidate, I was like, whoa, hold on. Wait up. Wait. um, yeah, so I guess I'll start with the beginning. I feel like I'm not gonna lie, like I did make some good reads, but I feel like some things just really worked out in my favor that I was not intending. Um, but yeah, I think the reason why I kept Klefki in versus Mamoswine was because that was pretty much the only Pokemon that could handle Mamoswine.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I didn't want to.
what's Mamoswine really gonna do if Klefki has Air Balloon? He doesn't really have anything else.
Yeah, that's why I kept it in. I really did not want to risk sending in one of my star players versus it. Also, like, I never had it. I guess I was kind of dumb because I only put Rapid Spin on Torkoal and I didn't put Defog on Rotom or Klefki, which was kind of dumb of me. But yeah, so at the end when Crobat was there, I was really scared because I was like, oh shit, these rocks are still up. So I sent in Fire Pup so that maybe Torkoal could take a Brave Bird and then get rid of the rocks. But then the critical hit happened. I don't know if that was important, like if that mattered or not, but that really freaked me out. So when I sent out Klefki instead of Shiftry, I was actually fishing for the play rough, like, attack drop, and I actually got it, which was really surprising. But yeah, the reason why I just couldn't send out Shiftry was because, like, I didn't want my Sash to break until, like, because I couldn't take out Crobat unless I Swords Danced, but Crobat could take me out. Even when it was, like, at -2, like, a Brave Bird probably still would have taken out Shiftry. So I wanted to make absolute certain that, like, I could take it out. So yeah, the end kind of spooked me because I was like, oh god, this Crobat is going to be able to, like, reverse 6-0 me. Which, like, it very well could have. Maybe if, like, the play rough attack drop didn't go through, I don't know. But yeah, that was, even though it was a 4-0, I think it was definitely closer than it seemed just because Crobat could have done so much at the end. So yeah, that's my thought. Yeah, that's like most of my thoughts were about that end because, like, in the beginning and the middle, like, it was kind of going in my favor, but at the end, you really, like, put up a good fight and had a good, almost like near reversal of the situation. Because Klefki couldn't do much to Crobat. Like, Crobat couldn't do much to Klefki, but I didn't have recovery. You did. So in that scenario, Klefki would have went down. So yeah, it was a lot closer than it seemed at the end because Crobat was really, really a good choice. Was it max attack?
No, it was. I had timid nature, or not timid, jolly.
Oh, okay. But 252 attack?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
What was the fourth move on Crobat?
Defog.
Defog.
I wish you would have used that.
No.
When I set up the spikes with Klefki too, I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah, the spikes was interesting because there's 3 levitate Pokemon on these sides, so.
And Heatran was already down. And so, like, after I did that, I was like, why did I do that? Like, I should have done it. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was trying to get Mamoswine in KO range for Shiftry, but because Shiftry couldn't one-hit KO it, it had to be, like, brought down by a spike. But yeah, I could only use really Shiftry at the end because I wasn't able to clear the rocks. But yeah, that was a really fun one. That was definitely spooky.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Noel. I believe you're 4-0 against everybody you faced so far. I think.
No, actually, Startoad has actually beat me once in last league.
You've won 4-0 in every battle you've done this season.
Oh no, I had 1-5-0, but then the rest were 4-0s. Yeah.
Oh, you 5-0'd me. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but that was pretty fun. I think it was a good battle. Definitely spooky at the end. I was really scared at the end. I was like, "Oh my god, this Crobat! Shit,
Yeah,
shit!"
Crobat.
Maybe could have I should have done Tailwind later. Yeah, because you could have just stalled it out maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing with Tailwind. It only lasts like
Yeah.
practically 3 turns, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I had Tailwind and Sticky Web, so I had this huge fear that I had to speed control everything.
Yeah, you were prepared to make sure that chlorophyll didn't matter. Otherwise, I wasn't even that fast. I actually had agility on Arcanine because I figured, once I get an agility up, it could pretty much take on almost everything. But I ended up just using it as intimidate fodder. So, yeah, sorry, Arcanine. Should have.
Definitely did a good job as Intimidator fodder, though. It kind of crippled down Crobat multiple times.
At the end, but when Crobat did 45 after I intimidated it, I was like, okay. This was not worth the switch the first time, but at the end, yeah, it was. But yeah, that was really fun. That's all my thoughts. I don't know if you guys have any others.
That's all my thoughts.
Oh yeah, that's all my thoughts.
All right, sweet. Well, that was the first battle of week 5 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. Stay tuned for more battles. There's still 7 to come, and then we reach the halfway point, and we'll go into the second half of the regular season. So tune in then.